What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another game breakdown video. This video we're going to take a look at the Celtics versus Bucks game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Before I jump into the stats for each team, I just want to take a second and ask if you guys could drop a like, a comment, or even subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to keep making daily picks, and I've been pretty consistent so far. I'm 14-8 on my NBA picks so far this season, and I'm going to start coming out with MLB picks in the near future once I kind of get an idea of what's going on with certain MLB teams. So again, if you're looking for more daily picks, I would subscribe, and if I give you guys winners, I'd appreciate if you can drop a like on the video. Now, jumping into the stats, we'll start with the Bucks. The Bucks are, in terms of points per game, the 4th best in the league, scoring at just over 115. They don't shoot the ball particularly well. They're good from 3. They're decent from 2-point range. Their overall shooting percentage is about 11th in the league, so it's not fantastic, but it's not bad by any means. They do get to the free throw line a decent amount. However, defensively, they're not going to be as good as the Celtics. They're 15th in the league in points given up per game, and a lot of that is because of the pace of play that they have. They're giving up quite a few field goal attempts per game, 90.5 field goal attempts per game on average this season, which is second worst in the league. They also give up the most 3-point field goals attempted, and they give up the most makes per game. So, I mean, they're not terrible defensively, but they like to run up and down the floor, fast pace, so they're going to give up quite a few shots to Boston. And then Boston, on the other hand, they're not terrible scoring the ball. They score just under 112 points per game on the season. Defensively, they're only giving up about 104 points per game, which is second best in the league. Offensively, again, they don't shoot the ball great. They're not as good from 3, but they are 5th best in the league from 2-point range, so maybe something to look at. And then defensively, they're top 5 in the league in quite a few categories. I mean, they're number 1 in opponent field goal percentage, 2-point percentage allowed to opponents, overall shooting percentage, opponent shooting efficiency. I mean, they're very good defensively, and that's what's gotten them to such a high seed in the East and got past the Nets in 4. They're just very good defensively and play suffocating defense, which might contradict my pick for today's game, but the against the spread trends don't really sway me one way or another. You can see them at the bottom of the screen on the ticker if you're interested in them. But my pick for today is going to be over 217.5. I think the Bucks are going to try and run up and down the floor, and I think they're going to get their points up on Boston's defense, but I do think Boston has the firepower to match them with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and the supporting cast. So I think the pick for today is over 217.5. That's what I'm going with. I would strongly recommend you guys go with it. But as this series goes on, I'll get a better feel for it, and I'll be able to give you guys spread picks if you're interested in those. But just to recap, my pick is going to be over 217.5.